Hi guys, today we're going to learn about the use of adjectives with the words more and most. During our previous session, we learned that if we added ER or EST to some of the one syllable or all of the one syllable, and some of the two syllable adjectives, we could form the comparatives or superlatives of those adjectives. This rule applies to most of the one syllable and some of the two syllable adjectives. But what about the rest? The rest of the adjectives that have two or more syllables, we need to use them with the words more and most, except for some irregular forms that we will see at the end too. So for example, if we see the adjective difficult, okay, difficult has three syllables, difficult. So in this case, we need to add more to form the comparative and most to form the superlative. We say more difficult, not difficulter, and most difficult instead of difficult tests. We don't say difficult tests and we don't say difficulter. We say more difficult or most difficult, depending if we need to use a comparative form or a superlative form. The same happens, for example, for colorful. Colorful is another adjective that we use with the words more and most. We say more colorful or most colorful. We don't say colorfuler or colorfulest. We say more colorful or most colorful for comparative and superlative. Another rule is that we do not combine these words more and most with adjectives that already have ER or EST at the end. Okay, so we don't mix rules in this case. An example of this is a correct sentence would be, herons are larger than seagulls. You do not say herons are more larger than seagulls, because in the second sentence you're using the word more, so you shouldn't be using ER, okay? And large is an adjective that is used with ER and EST, so we don't use the word more. We say larger in this case, okay? Some adjectives have, as I said before, irregular comparative and superlative forms. This means that we don't add EST or ER, and we don't use them with more and most. And those adjectives are, for example, good, bad, much, many, and little. For good, the comparative form is better, and the superlative form is best. For bad, it's worse, the comparative, and worst, the superlative. For much or many, we have more for the comparative and most for the superlative. And for little, we have less for the comparative form and least for the superlative. Okay, we don't use the ER or the EST added to the adjective, and we don't use words more or most. That's why they are called irregular. Okay, so some type of exercises are the following. Tell the comparative and superlative form of each adjective. Exciting, we have the comparative form is more exciting, and the superlative form is most exciting, following our rules. Rewarding, another three-syllable adjective. So we use more rewarding and most rewarding. Good, this is one of the adjectives we saw on the previous chart, so it's irregular. So we have better and best. And little is also in that chart, so we have less and least as comparative and superlative, and for bad, which is also in that chart, we have worse and worse. Another type of exercise, it says, complete the sentence with the correct comparative or superlative form for the adjective in parentheses. Sentence number 6 says, flamingos seem than storks. In this case, the adjective is awkward, and we're comparing flamingos to storks, so we're comparing two things, or two animals in this case, so we use the word more. We say more awkward. Number 7, does any bird have legs? In this case, we are comparing the bird we have, which is a flamingo in this case, and with any other bird. So we're comparing two again, and we say more delicate. Number 8, flamingos have necks than swans, and the adjective is graceful. Okay, we're comparing flamingos to swans. Okay, so we say more graceful. Number 9, their foot is near the shore. So we are comparing the place where their foot is with all the rest of the places. So in this case, it's most plentiful. Their food is most plentiful near the shore. Near the shore is a place, and we're comparing it with all the rest of the places. Number 10, they have the bill of any bird. The adjective is unusual. We're comparing a bird with any bird. So it's most unusual. They have the most unusual bill of any bird. That is the shade of pink. And the adjective itself is attractive. So we're comparing their shade of pink with all the other shades. So it's the most attractive shade of pink. Number 12, is this where the birds are of all? So the adjective in this case is numerous, and we say, is this where the birds are most numerous of all? Because we are comparing this place, okay, with all the rest, okay? Number 13, which of the two cameras is and the adjective is expensive. We're comparing two cameras, we say more expensive. Will this camera take the pictures? We are comparing the pictures taken by this camera with all the rest. So we say most, and the adjective is beautiful. Will this camera take the most beautiful picture? Those cranes are than I thought, and the adjective is agile. So we are comparing, in this case, two things. We're comparing these cranes with those cranes. So those cranes are more agile than I thought. This species is the of all. We're comparing these species with all of the rest. So we say most unusual. That pelican is than the cranes, and the adjective is awkward. We're comparing pelican to cranes, we say more awkward. That pelican is more awkward than the cranes. And 18, this bird is the in the marsh. We're comparing this bird with all the rest in the marsh. So we say most colorful. This bird is the most colorful in the marsh. So guys, remember, we use more and most to form the comparative and superlative of most adjectives with 2 or more syllables. Now you need to go to Academia's wall to click on the link for your homework, or you can download this presentation and have it in your computer and click on the link where you will be taken to this form. And this is our weekly homework for this weekend. It's due Friday, remember that, okay? So this is all for today, guys, and thank you very much for watching.